I decided this last week that we're on sabbatical and that this is a time for research and development in ways that we hadn't imagined we would be doing research and development.
Hey everybody, it's Molly Stone, Associate Director of Live Performance at Catamoment Arts, coming to you from my car, which is fitting because this weekend kicks off our Drive-In to Stay Safe movie and concert series at Northern Vermont University. And you can get more information about that and get your tickets by going to catamountarts.org. And remember, you need to buy your tickets beforehand. So go to our website, purchase your tickets, and have it with you when you come to the gate at either Johnson or Lyndon. And please, we do ask that when you show your ticket to our gate attendants, please put on your mask for that interaction. And then after that, you can roll in and park. So we have a lot of exciting stuff going on this summer, including the Drive-In to Stay Safe music series. Also, we have prolonged our Hey NEK, What's Your Art project. So please submit your works of art by going on to our website, again, registering, and then uploading photos, videos, or audio of what you do, what your art is, how you stay creative. We want to see it all. If you can mow your name into the front yard, I want to see that. So submit your art, no matter what. Your art does not need to be stage friendly. There is so much art in this world. We are surrounded by it, and we want to see yours. So my interview this week was with good friends of mine, good friends of Catamoment Arts, and good friends of the Levitt Foundation. So Moksha and Jemal of HuDost, they played for us at Dog Mountain in 2017, and I personally was blown away by their spiritual work, their artistic advocacy, the way they conducted themselves and continue to do so through their art and through connection with their fans. And so they were a natural fit when the Levitt Foundation decided to do a Levitt Amp virtual series. And what's really cool about this concert is that it is premiering on July 12 at 8 p.m. on the Levitt website, which is also the date of our kickoff concert of our 2020 Levitt Amp St. Johnsbury Music Series at Dog Mountain that was supposed to feature the same band, HuDost. So I sat down virtually with Moksha and Jemal and had a delightful conversation about all the things that they're doing in their world and about that concert that they're putting on for us. So here's that interview. Hey, Moksha and Jemal, thank you for joining me.
Hey,
Hi.
nice to see you.
It is so good to see you both. And so I've been doing these interviews with folks for several weeks now during this COVID lockdown. And the first question that I ask everyone is, how have you been doing during this time?
That's a great question. It's been definitely a period of adjustment, but we're doing our best with it. We, like you, have a little kid, so especially when everything was shut down and school was still going, that was a serious balancing act in terms of homeschooling and figuring out what the heck we were doing for the next several months. So, I'm sure all the other musicians you've interviewed, all of our 2020 performance dates are canceled. So we've been doing a ton of live streaming and much more studio work. We were supposed to be touring in Europe and stuff, but this next week we're going to be in the studio in Nashville with the guys from Jars of Clay again.
And Christy
Linnae. Doing a few days of recording there. So
social distance.
We're still working our butts off, but it's
just not getting paid for it.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. The homeschooling thing on top of trying to work and trying to make a living during a time where the work is none is incredibly stressful. So I get it.
Yeah.
So I obviously follow you on Facebook. We're friends. I love you guys. I've been watching you since this all started and before, of course. And you have been staying super busy. one thing that I remember so fondly is your kitchen concert that you did and we tuned into. And you've just been so creative during this time. So can you tell the audience about some of the things that you've had to come up with on the fly during COVID-19 lockdown?
Well, the kitchen concert was fun for us too. I will say that drinking bourbon during the process made it a little bit more exciting.
She never drinks while playing. I mean, I usually maybe just have a beer on stage, but she was like, will not ever do it until after the show. Yep. That was like one of the only times where she actually did it.
And there was a moment in that where I, took a sip and I was like, wow, I can't talk for like at least a minute. This is serious. Yeah, I mean, it's been a time actually, like in reality, I decided this last week that we're on sabbatical and that this is a time for research and development in ways that we hadn't imagined we would be doing research and development. That said, I mean, we were already involved in projects, like before all this started, we were involved in some projects that were already stretching us in new ways. Like we were really lucky to get a National Endowment for the Arts grant for an interdisciplinary project that we did with a dance company. Rebecca Steinberg is the choreographer and Jana Harper, the visual artist. And, through that, we were writing the whole score for it. We were supposed to be performing it at the end of May. And instead, of course, that was canceled, but we adapted rapidly. The dancers were shot in isolation. And we, instead of, we had planned to perform the whole score, and instead we went into the studio and recorded the score for the piece.
So there's an entire soundtrack recording that we could release.
Yeah. So that was like the first couple months of this whole thing was like going, whoa, okay, how do we think outside the box and completely reorient this entire project? Because, moving from what is supposed to be performance to what is then created as a video and sound piece is completely different. So that was a full readjustment. And then, of course, the, performing that we've been doing from our home has been totally different for us.
We've written over an album's worth of new material during this time, too.
Yeah.
Some songs are already finished.
Yeah.
And we started a subscription service. That's one way, kind of a Patreon type thing.
Yeah.
Thinking and doing things that way, too. And then, so we're doing special things for those people. And hello, I'll be right back. Moksha's been doing art, too.
Oh, that's really not done. Get the one that's on the wall over there. He was about to pick up a painting that is still in progress. I'm like, no, you can't show that. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a ton of painting, too, which she's been doing that's art. My other art form is beautiful. Is visual art. I love doing visual art. And so
that one,
I've been
like she's got the whole table here behind us is a workstation.
That's awesome. It's so awesome. I've been following your artwork on Facebook actually, so I think I've seen both of those paintings actually already. And if people follow you on Facebook, they'll see those as well.
That's not complete.
Yeah.
This is why I love you guys. Gosh, I wish you were here. Speaking of being here, you were supposed to be here this Sunday. I can't believe it's already July, but July 12 was the scheduled start date of our 2020 Lebanon St. Johnsbury music series at Dog Mountain. And I don't know if people know, but I had the entire series booked and contracted, and all of our headliners were set to come and visit us at Dog Mountain. And you were going to open up the entire 2020 series. And so we all know what happened. Sadly, we've had to postpone to 2021. But we are doing something a bit different on that same date. So can you tell our audience, I mean, I already know what's going on, but can you tell our audience what's happening on July 12th?
I can. And do you really know what we've done for that? No,
I don't. Actually, I don't. It's gonna be a surprise for me. I just know that you're gonna have a concert for us, but no, I have not seen the content.
Yeah, and just for the record, we are really missing being with you because we love you too, and being in Vermont. I mean, there's nothing like your location or your stage or the crew of people that are there.
Or state.
or the state in general. I love the state of Vermont. Yeah, we're sad to not be there in person. We do definitely look forward to next year in terms of, being able to be with people again. But we've been having a really good time, especially this last week. We, our local church,
which is also our rehearsal space.
It's our rehearsal space. They made the space available for us to actually shoot the concert for you guys there. And so that's what we did. And we did it with like a local friend, again, taking space of isolation in there, just us and him.
Multiple cameras. I mean, it's only 3 cameras, but that's better than 1 camera. And better than our typical live stream. And then we multi-tracked it as well. So I'm actually, mixing it. So there'll be trippy effects on it every once in a while. And
I love that.
It's not just going to be like a live stream of us, like with our acoustic guitarist. I mean, it's got the.
We were doing live looping and, all of that stuff too.
So all the loops are recorded separately, and so I can actually go in and mix it and make it sonically pleasing.
And between songs, I would, because we didn't have an audience there and because I'm really missing being with people, I would go, yeah, between everything. We've edited it out, though. It won't be there.
Bummer. It is really strange. And so, actually, I'll tell everyone that your concert is going to be projected on the big screen at what we at Catamoment Arts have had to do to stay in business, which is be creative and rethink live performance. And so we didn't want to do live streaming right away. There was so much out there that was streaming already. And so this is what we were waiting for, to do something live. And so it was perfect to have you guys do this concert, and then we're able to project it up on the big screen at our Drive-In to Stay Safe music and concert series at NVU. So people will come, drive in, park, get to see you on the date that you were supposed to be with us, which I think is so heartwarming and so lovely. And then after that, they get to watch Back to the Future. I mean, there's really nothing better than that combo.
Yes. I should have done a Huey Lewis cover.
Talk about innovation, though. That's awesome that you guys are doing that. And you have to send us like good documentation of
I will.
Us on the screen with a bunch of cars. I would love to see that.
I definitely will. And so this was born out of the Levitt Foundation and their creativity on the spot. Really, within one meeting of all the AMP sites, most of us have had to postpone our series. So Levitt decided to do this virtual series that you guys are now a part of. So you guys have been involved with Levitt in the past. Can you talk about your relationship with the Levitt Foundation?
Yeah, I mean, we've been really lucky to play most of the permanent Levitts and a lot of the AMP series too. And
since when about?
That's a good question. I think we first started in maybe 2008, and it's been almost every summer we've played at least one, if not a handful of them. And, they're all over the country. And I feel so grateful. We've experienced communities through the Levitt Foundation that we would have never had the opportunity to experience under normal touring circumstances. It's been really moving for me many times. I mean, your Levitt is like not just one of my favorite Levitts, but one of my favorite places. Last summer, we also played the Dayton one, which is one of the new permanent ones. And I'll never forget, like, looking out at one point, and we were playing I think it was our last piece or our encore or something. And the whole crowd, it was like all different ages, all different races, like all different economic, levels, et cetera, all of them dancing like right in front of us and actually doing, I don't even know how they knew it, but they were all doing the same dance moves. And I was just like, what is happening?
This line dance thing kind of happened.
Yeah, it just sort of organically happened. But, it was that kind of thing where I was like, that right there is what encapsulates what the Levitts do, is this opportunity for not just music that wouldn't normally necessarily come to a specific community, but also bringing together an audience that wouldn't necessarily normally be together in this incredibly positive exchange. So, I mean, to me, it's really unique and really special with that.
And honestly, it sounds like you're talking about yourselves. I mean, it fits your mission as well as you call it, artistic advocacy. I mean, you guys are always out there doing good work. So aligning with Levitt in their mission, it doesn't surprise me at all. I wanted to bring something up that happened while we've been in lockdown, which is super exciting for you. You won an award, an IMA award. I would love for you to tell our audience about that award and about the song that you wrote that won the award.
Yeah, and actually it's cool timing too, since we're jumping back into the studio with the Jars of Clay guys next week. But we met Dan, the lead singer of Jars of Clay, in DC doing advocacy work. We were there through the different nonprofits that we work with. We were congressional district reps for one, which is
for Kentucky.
For Kentucky,
where we live.
And what that means, basically, first of all, one, the work is, the main aim is ending extreme poverty, but it takes place in different ways in terms of addressing different things. There's been a lot of focus on the sexism of poverty, what it means in different environments. And so we met him there, as I said, and we just, we bonded first just in terms of the path that we were on.
He runs an organization called Bloodwater, which is helps build clean water wells in Africa.
Yeah, and so I mean, it was the like political advocacy work that brought us together, but then we sort of discovered each other's music and were really moved in the process. And so we've come together in a lot of ways since then, you know, like performed together, done various things. But this song in particular, we were completing our, you know, most recent album, and we kind of went like, there's something, we felt like there was something missing. And so he was doing a little bit of sort of production on that record too. He was kind of listening and giving us advice and that kind of thing. And he was like, why don't we just write one more song together, you know, and see what happens. And so we did. We went and spent a couple different days together in the studio working on it. And then we would take it home and kind of like figure out parts and then send it back to him. And it was just an interesting back and forth process. And even when we went into the studio to record it
with the full band.
We recorded it with the band with all the Jars of Clay guys on it. And when we went into the studio, we were literally still working out parts at the last minute. But we recorded it, and that's what ended up on the album. And the thing that really, you know, moves me in terms of receiving the Independent Music Award for that is that it's for social action song. And so...
Which is kind of what we wanted to write. We asked, how do we write? We need the pops, you know, the album was missing the pop song, so to speak. So we were like, how do we write a pop song about advocacy? How do we sum up that, those
Which is
thoughts
not easy.
in 3.5 minutes or something like that, under 4 minutes?
But you guys could do it. You guys could totally do it. And you did it.
Thank you.
And we won an award. We didn't expect to win the award. We were like...
No.
And there was
we didn't even expect to get nominated. So when that came in, we were like, what? You know?
There was supposed to be a ceremony in New York, too,
that
we were going to go to. But, of course, that got canceled as well. So,
yeah, well, big congratulations from me and from everyone in the Northeast Kingdom and Vermont who are watching this right now. I mean, that's just an amazing thing to have happen. And I saw your acceptance speech that was, again, virtual, digital, video. It's amazing how long we've actually been living in this world and unable to do the things that we love to do. But with that said, something important that I'd love for you to talk about briefly is how people can support you during this time. You know, the virtual events, the tip jars and things like that don't pay the bills like touring did. You know, and we're in the same boat as presenters. And so tell our folks how you have been putting yourselves out there and asking for help and support to keep on going.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing that up. I mean, I know a lot of artists are figuring out ways to make it work in this time. we've been really moved by what's come in from some of those virtual concerts and from just the tip jar and everything. But you are right. I mean, the income is nowhere close to what
the tip jar that is on.
Oh, that is on our website. When
you go to our website, she's really bad at this
I'm really
kind
bad
of stuff. At this. But yeah, there's one on our website.
Yeah.
And
which is www.hudost.com. And then also we have had a bunch of people sign up for the subscription plan, like I mentioned to you, which with that we're, especially with the music that we're trying and doing all kinds of new stuff, we're sending out a song every month that goes just to our subscribers, and then
demos, new things,
like online, like broadcasts that are just for subscribers, online meetings, various things. This month for some of the tiers on our thing, we're sending out books that we have read that have been moving to us. So like sending out little packages like that. So it's all kinds of different stuff. And the other thing too is like I just for the first time listed, put a bunch of my visual artwork on our website too for sale because, why not, right?
Yeah.
And, so I mean, any way that people feel like being part of it, and honestly, especially the subscription thing, it's not just about I can't even say it, but supporting us, but it's also about like being part of what we create. And we ask for people's opinion and feedback and that kind of thing as well. So, be part of the Dost family, y'all.
Yeah, be a part of the Dost family. And, there are so many silver linings to this. And you just mentioned one that people can be involved in your work. So now there's less of that. I'm on stage and there's the audience, but now there's this feedback loop that you did have from an audience before, but it's at a different level. And, we're doing that at the Arts Center too, asking people to send in their artwork and sharing what makes, their hearts sing, how they are creative. And so I think this is a time where we can look to our neighbors for help, for involvement, and build community together in a whole new way that wasn't available to us before. I mean, the pay is different, and I don't know what it's going to look like in the future for presenters and venues. We just don't know.
No.
But in the meantime, we can work together and just do all we can to keep us all going forward and creating art. And so I want to end by just prompting our concert this Saturday, and that it is a concert that you guys did for the Levitamp virtual series for St. Johnsbury and the Levitamp St. Johnsbury music series at Dog Mountain. So it is speaking to our people and all people all over the world. And I just want to say thank you so much for doing that. There was no other fit that I could think of better than you to join us that day. And I would love to hear just some last words to our community from you, Moksha and Jemal.
We miss you.
Yeah. We live in Kentucky. There are a lot of cool people surrounding us, but like, it's not Vermont, and you should be blessed to be up there.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's just, there's nothing like what we can share in the same space. And we're grateful. I mean, I can't tell you how grateful I am that you had us be, your group for this series. It's, it's a real honor. And
I was looking forward to some more of that local beer that you guys serve on tap. It's only available from tap up at Dog Mountain.
I know. Next year, Jemal, I'll pour you a couple.
And we actually wanted to bring our dog to Dog Mountain this time too,
Oh. Well, again, thank you so much from me, from Catamoment Arts, from the Northeast Kingdom, from Dog Mountain, who is missing you as well, and from all the dogs. And I hope we will see you, and I promise we will see you again. And if everything is going as planned in 2021 with the health crisis, we will see you on Dog Mountain. That is a promise. And so until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll be in touch.
One thing though, should we howl together as a pact for that?
Yes,
okay.
I really don't. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
One of my fondest memories from 2017 was you guys howling on stage to our audience of dogs.
I forgot about it.
That was great.
That's so good.
I'll never forget. All right, guys, so good to talk to you. So good to see you. And I will see you soon.
All right. So good to see you too. Peace out.
Thank you so much, Moksha and Jemal, for joining me on Catamoment. It was a delightful conversation that I wish we could have in person. But we will take that concert. And folks, you can see this concert starting on Sunday, but you can watch it anytime at your leisure for the next week. And check out the blog post that goes along with it that is focused on our community. And until the next time, cheers, stay hydrated, and stay safe.
Catamoment Arts would like to thank the sponsors for their continued support.
It's like 7 in the morning. I haven't had coffee. Okay.